Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Hidden Shinobi Games here, people, with that electronic build video for you. So I'm going to get right into it. Alright, so real quick, if you haven't seen, I've made a video with me going manhunt using a straight electronic build. And so in this video, I'm going to be going over what the build is, what I use. So, getting into it, this is my build here. House, MDR, X45, that's what that's called. I got 4 Tactician pieces, 2 high-end pieces. Okay, like skill power is at 423. I had it at 425. I don't know what I did. Did I bring it down? Toughness 324. Private DPS 264. 2961 firearms, which is poop. But we're gonna get into the build and how I make up for the damage. So, starting with the gear set, Tactician, 4 pieces, as you already know, 2 piece, 15% skill haste, bonus 3, 8% skill power, and gear set 4. Each hit gives you a 1% increase in skill power. For my high end, I have a vigorous chest piece to give my overheal, because I'm using a damage booster with this build. So that way, since that's to help me make up for the damage as well as good heals. And you can, so if you're making this build similar, you can either, like, usually I would swap out from vigorous chest piece to a rapid chest piece, because the rapid allows my heals to come back quicker, and I would just switch to like the regular overheal. But because my skill power is so high, I can pretty much go from one shot to full health and overheal with the vigorous, and plus, and also get the damage resistance and the damage increase, as you can see here, damage resistance and whatnot. But I'm gonna get back to that later. So for the vigorous chest piece, it has, minus the mods, it's 1272 rolled on electronics with 2 electronic mods on, 1 with skill haste, well, 265 skill haste, 266 skill with 3000 skill power. They're all maxed out pretty much, but I have skill haste mod here. What do you want? I have skill haste on this knee pads, electronics. Skill haste on the backpack, 265, 261, whatever it is. Oh, as you can see, my performance mods, I have 2% pulse critical hit damage and 2% pulse crit chance. Now this is where most of my damage comes from this build. On the holster, 2% crit chance, and the knee pads, 2% crit damage. So 4 and 4. I'm jumping too much. Let me slow down. Start with 1 piece. Chest piece has 9% skill haste, 6,674 health, and ammo capacity rolled on, maxed out, and armor. The mask has 10,030 skill power, maxed out on armor. Everything's maxed out pretty much. 17% disorient. I'm not really worried about the minor attributes too much. Knee pads maxed out on skill power, 13,000. Armor's maxed out, as well as the main attribute, like the electronics, because everything's straight electronics. Holster has 7% skill haste. Gloves. Now my gloves, I didn't put crit chance on them because the pulse is going to make up for that. So I kept skill haste, SMG damage. Sometimes I'll swap it out if I use a different type of weapon, either AR or LMG, and keeping crit damage as well. The more crit damage, the better. Backpack has the skill power as well with disrupt. I'm trying to find another inventive backpack with ammo capacity. Now, real quick, this inventive backpack is very important. This is how I get my skill power 423,000, almost 424. As you can see, skill power is increased by 50% while at 4 health. Now, when your health is not full, if you're doing this type of build, your skill power will go from 423 to around like 380 or 390, whatever the case may be. Still good amount, but you're also happy if you're like in combat constantly, you'll also have your stacks most of the time, so you'll be in that 400 area a lot. Usually I try to keep myself at full health all the time, so that way I get the max skill power. I'll probably pop a heal before I go, like when I'm about to go in combat, pop a heal first and then my pulse, because if my skill powers, if I'm at full health, my skill power as high as it can be, my pulse will do major damage, and I'll show you that in a second. But as you can see, these are all my the gear pieces. Went on to the weapons. I'm using a house. Sometimes I switch it out for other random weapons to just test out. I'm doing 18.4, which is not right. Oh, that's because the card counter. Let me switch real quick because I don't want card counter activated. Okay, so without card counter, I'm on 15.6. It has competent, accurate, and card counter. Unfortunately, this is a crappy kind of house, and I couldn't change the accurate. Now I have another house down here, but this is more for a DPS build because there's deadly and vicious on it, so I don't use this too much for this build. But as you can see, damage is at 15,600. This house is fully optimized. Crit chance 23. Mods not worth too much, but as you can, I'm mainly running crit damage mods. Just as you can see, crit damage, crit chance, holster 120, holster, extended magazine 120.50, with 2.5 crit chance, 5.5 rate of fire, small grip, 18% crit damage, stability reload. Not worried about that too much. Lalvin break, 18% crit damage, 550 headshot, 3% crit chance, and C79 scope, 17% crit damage, 3% crit chance, 6 headshot. Okay, so if I go over here real quick, you can see that my crit chance is at 31.50 and crit damage at 93% with this build. Alright, remember that. Now I got a pistol, not worry about the pistol too much. Now moving into my actual abilities, I'm using a damage pulse and a damage booster. As you can see, because how much skill power I have, my booster shot comes back in 14.7 seconds, which is not bad, and as I get the stacks, it comes back at a lesser time. It's giving me around a total of 230,000 HP. My pulse, this is where I do most of my damage for this build. Crit comes back in 16 seconds. Crit chance, it gives me 46.50% extra crit chance. Now I can actually take off those that 4% crit chance mods and put on crit damage to do way more damage, because my gun is already at 31.50. I just need enough crit chance to where it maxes me out, and the cap is 60%. So I can actually sacrifice some crit chance to put on crit damage. As you can see, crit damage is at 60.70, and this is all without Tactician stacks. Okay, so if you add that 90% crit damage, I'm gonna say 90 is 93, but 90% crit damage to 60, that's 160% crit, or 150. I'm not really I'm just rounding up right now. Yeah, 150%. So with the pulse, I'll be putting out 150% crit damage with the house, no stacks. Okay, and as long as I'm at over full health with skill power. So now I'm going to show you with stacks. I should turn this down because that's going to echo a little like. Alright, now we're at the 30 stack. Alright, skill power is at 525,737. Going over to the health here, and when as you can see, the total HP went from 230 to 260. So 30,000 HP increase is not a lot, but it's enough. If I was using the overdose, it went to 434,000. So when using this build, you really don't need any self-heal mods at all, because your heals are going to be overpowered anyway. But this is the main one right here, the pulse. This pulse went from 43%, 48% crit chance to 52, and went from 60% to 68. So it's going to really hurt something. Now I don't really use all these other skills for this, because this is my main setup, and this is how I do most of my damage. And because my heals come back so quickly, I can always pop them and, you know, pulse all the time. Not only that, my pulse comes back right before, you know, and well, as it's still pulsing on the other target, so I can cancel out the pulse and start a fresh one if I want to. But this is the build here. So what I'm going to do is, real quick, let me show you. Let me get rid of this stack actually, so I can show you. I'm going to show you what no pulse does. We'll do the body. Well, actually, I want to wait until this booster goes off and competent. Alright, so this is no pulse, nothing on. 30, 15, card count activates, goes up a little bit. Now, I got a 30 stack again. Alright, let me get rid of this again. Alright, well, I'm gonna keep that here, and let me just show you real quick since I have those activated. This is what the actual damage increase and whatnot. 42 from 30 to 42. Now, if I had the pulse, and that's 29 stack pulse, which I wish that wasn't. It would look like 52, 46 body, another pulse, 46 headshot, goes up to 57, 67. So this is what the pulse. Now if I actually boost shot again, 74. And this is how much damage is coming out. Now this is just inside the range, but if you can get your gun in the range to hit around 60k to 100k in the head, that's enough damage to put a player out alone. Or around like 50k in the body, that's enough. So here, 24, 59, and this is the build I use. And the good thing about this is, like, as you can see, as soon as I pop my skill and I start shooting, I'm getting stacks back very quickly. So I pulse, damage booster, and while I was activated, I'm at 30 stack already. So even if I took damage, so let me actually use a mech here real quick for everyday, because I don't want to feel like bleeding. And let me show you my, oh shit, I blew myself up again. I gotta wish not to make it because the freaking regen, I forgot. Alright, so still at 30 stack. Now I lose to 15%. I'm at 474, which is with 30 stack, so I'm still gonna be at 400, but full health's gonna come back, and then that skill power is gonna go up. So this is my 10k electronic build that I use for PvP, solo, manhunts, and whatnot, and I love it. Now, granted, I have no toughness, so I'm super squishy, but I'm always healing. This build is not for everybody. It may sound good, may look good, but it's not for everybody, because you really have to know how to survive, especially when you're rocking with no toughness. Okay, you try to face tank someone the wrong way, that's it, they're gonna drop you. But this is for like people who want to try something different. I have other builds that I'm gonna showcase as well. Like I just made a pistol montage video using a pistol with skirmish, so if you want, you can check that out. And if you want, you know, me to drop the build down, I'll do that as well. I'm also trying some other new builds, so I like trying different stuff besides using just the metas all the time. But yeah, this is the 10k electronic build, so let me know what you guys think, and if I went too fast, just rewind or something, please let me know. I apologize for going too quick. But Shinobi Games is getting off of here, and I want to go do some skirmish. So yeah, peace.
You are now entering a safe area.
Yeah, break it down, break it down, break it down. Alright, throw some money on you. Alright, peace.